Previously on Tales from the Coast.
The louder that wind screams, the closer we are.
There's voices coming from the door.
Fuck, I hope it's not a pit fiend.
You are the keeper of your fate.
Somebody better call the vet.
Stupid hell.
Team, fall back. Fall back.
One man with a sword against a dome of darkness full of devils.
Hashtag, I've got another hole in my poncho.
Welcome, one and all, from Golden Guild Hall to Sloppy Tavern Brawl. Come now and listen close to Tales from the Coast. So you guys are outside this burnt kind of sheet doorway that's gently flapping in a breeze, and there's a little crossbow bolt that went through it too.
Well, ain't that some sheet?
Ain't that some sheet? From outside, perception checks, please.
18 for Flax.
20 for me.
Okay.
That's a 2.
You just hear the bug goop that's all over you.
Akara?
Mop.
That's a 10 for me.
Nice even keel. So everybody except D'Artagnan hears these silent, very calm whispers coming from the next room as the burnt sheet just billows gently in this breeze coming from apparently nowhere. Victor, you do actually hear what the voice is saying, speaking in Infernal, and you hear, "The balance is shifting. I see the Astral Raiders have been quiet of late." And then just this pen-like sound of something scribbling the writing, or the words.
I want to halt the entire group just before we might just be walking through or just stepping through this sheet, and I just want to step back from the sheet and say, "Friends, I think that this is possibly a writer or someone. If you listen, you will hear this. She's talking about," and then I want to start translating what you just said. She is saying that the internal raiders, they have not been present of late, and that, oh shoot, how do you say,
I believe she said the balance.
See, I guess this is, yes, you're very correct.
I'd like to ask Athos if this is Rolla Baba Waba in the next room.
It's definitely Vola Baba Waba.
So we should avoid her?
This'll be her sanctum proper, I feel. Now, she'll be in there, but as you heard from that whisper in there, she has no idea we're here because her physical body's here, but she's not really here. So, we have free reign to grab whatever we like, but I highly recommend not waking her up.
Before we go in, I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Okay.
Wicked.
So we all have plus 10 to our... But, Sel, just so you know, I'm very low on spells now.
I have no
one
rage.
spell left.
Okay, I got very low on spells too.
So if we do have to run, if shit goes down, I'm going to try and hold person her, and we're fucking running.
Akara, stand by the door and don't move. And
Okay.
I might not really move at all either.
Who wants to go through first? Do you want Athos to go first?
We will go.
Okay.
Yeah, Ben, if you want to stay closer to the door and not move, I'll try and pick things up for you that I think you will like and grab them for you, or call you over if I think it's something that I might need your help with. The less you move, the better.
Okay. So as you two enter this room and go through the sheet, make one more perception check for me.
We should have maybe done some healing or something before this.
No, that's okay.
Hey. 16.
Sorry, and I got a 17.
Nice. So this room has this like raised platform in the center with these clear
Pillars?
drapes
Okay.
wrapped around it, and then 4 pillars a little further outside, dominating the center of the divan, the raised kind of couch bed thing, is this devilish figure She's reclining or like kneeling, and is entirely nude with like very feminine figure, except her body is covered in scales, except humanoid in shape, but covered in scales and entirely naked. And then her face, her head, once again looks humanoid, except no eyeballs and just ridges of horns running down her back. And looking at her, if she was standing, she'd be probably like 11 or 12 feet tall.
Holy fuck.
Can I use detect magic?
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of divination magic going on in this room.
Ben, what's divination magic?
As my trusty little guide says, it's know all the stuff.
Exactly.
Nobody.
It's like scrying on people, telling the future. You know,
Okay.
think of like Harry Potter, that chick that's like the tea. You know, she's divination.
Yeah, so she's
Okay.
divining, and while her body is here, she's currently in astral plane.
Okay.
And sitting beside her, just staring at you guys with this kind of like, what are you guys doing here? What are you gonna do? Kind of expression is an incubus, so kind of like a very handsome-looking devilish figure who's just got like a parchment and quill and is writing down everything she says. He's just kind of doesn't say a word and is just copying down everything that she says while just like kind of looking at you guys.
I want to look at him and just go,
And he just nods back at you while you continue to write.
with my perception check, actually, could I do an insight check? I'm also proficient in that, so for 21, would I know that this character could and would more likely rat us out here and stop his job to say and misinterrupt whatever's going on? Or would I have to charm him? in
You could
ways?
just ask him. Because right now he's made zero move to do any sort of confrontation, even through all the fighting that happened in the next room over, and he's just been writing.
I don't think we should bother talking to him. I don't think we should speak. Let's just go up and check out what's on these pillars.
Looking around the room, it's just a mosaic of carvings. A whole bunch of it's hellfire kind of running up the walls and then intertwining around the pillars. Then other than that, it looks like it fades into like the astral, what looks almost like a sea of stars for the rest. And then on either side at the very back is carved into the wall like a figure of Vulpecula. It's carved into the back too, just standing very imposing. And you see on either side are these like raised countertops, and this one here has just a small, intricately carved black box resting upon a cushion.
Sorry, the blanket of like the stars there, is it just like a blanket?
No, sorry, it's like think of like
A
a
tapestry?
tapestry almost. So it's carved into the wall, and it's like the astral sea is what it
Oh,
is.
sorry. So it's not an
actual blanket.
not a material piece.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move up towards this first pillar stealthily.
As you step into the room, I need you to make a wisdom save, please.
Whoa.
Oh, damn, guys. That's not so bad. That's a 16.
You're dead.
Yeah.
Brain turns inside out.
Cam picks up a hammer,
are-
squishes your fucking face.
Get ready to feel the campaign, motherfucker.
The campaign. So Marcel, nothing terrible happens to you, but you
Okay.
do fail the save,
Oh, shit.
and you are terrified of the creature reclining in the center.
Okay.
You're frightened, so
Okay.
you can't willingly move closer to her.
Okay, so that's
Wow.
as soon as I'm right here.
Mm-hmm.
So, as soon as this turns around, I said, "Whoa, guys! It just got real scary in here." And then I turn back around, and I guess I got to move along the edge of the wall.
You can't move closer.
You were stuck there.
Okay, I'm just like frozen in my spot. And I'm like, "You guys, it's real scary in here. I can't move.
Not
I can't feel my legs. Maybe I wasn't cut out for this life."
I want to bring him back and like kind of just like almost cuddle him and say like, this is okay, it's okay. And now I want to like, now that I've felt the divination magic and I think I understand what's going on here, I want to look closer at anything that I would want.
Okay.
And I want to say like, friends, is this worth it to go in here? Because this will be worth everything that I have for one chance at possibly staying in here.
Looking around and with your perception check from before, on this side here, on the right side is like a bunch of jewels and coins, and looks like potentially some of those soul coins which you guys have seen recently, and then otherwise just kind of usual gold, jewels, and treasure. Then on the back, it looks like there's much more of like some sort of hoard, which you can't really make out through the screen, but there's something else back there.
And the box is over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to look to our friend and say, Athos, I know as if we have not gotten along here, but we are friends here now, and what are we looking for?
He pokes his head in the room and he says, I can't whistle, but just whistles appreciatively. Perfect, thank you. It's like, well, I'll be. That is a thing of beauty. That no eyes is kind of weird, but like, that body, those horns.
My God, yeah. They certainly took their time putting her together.
Can I do an intelligence check?
Sure, what you looking for?
Since they're tieflings, are they affected by a devil's fear? Nat 20.
You know for a fact they are.
They are? Okay.
Mhm.
Can I do a perception check on how this chick's boobs work with her nipples? Like, does she have nipples, or
She
is
doesn't,
it
just scales.
just scales? Ooh, I'm not sure if that makes her hotter or not, but I'm into it.
Give me an insight check.
Ooh, that's a 12.
You have heard that some powerful devils can alter their form. So she could just add nipples on if she wanted, potentially.
Oh, nice. So she could get hotter too.
Mm-hmm.
Does our friend Athos have a plan to how to... You are a mercenary after all?
He looks in and does a quick scan of the room. Once again, from like the first time you met him, eyes just constantly darting, like taking in... Almost think of like a professional sports player, like just always constantly roving, looking what's going on. And he catches his eye at the box and says, as I said before, that box there is the only thing I need. If we get in here and take all this treasure, to be frank, I don't care, it's yours. But I ain't leaving here without that box. And then he's gonna walk in and fail his wisdom save. And so he is also stricken by fear and stands right here. And you just see him like look at the figure and like shake a little bit in
I want to
fear.
go behind him and go,
Meow.
and then go, friend, it seems as if the cat has your tongue. And then I want to say to him, I guess it's time for us to help you here, and I guess this will take another deal.
I like the way you work.
So my deal to him is that he shows us around the plains and is a paid mercenary by us, hired by us, cannot kill us, and cannot be mutinied or do mutiny, and gets us into the next layer of hell and uses some of his knowledge that he has to get us around this first layer as fast as possible. Yes, I'm considering him a companion and a friend.
I like that offer, but there are things in there that I cannot provide. What I can do to start is introduce you guys, you fine gents, to the Wandering Emporium, and we can go from there. If you've never heard of it before, it's a lot of good things. You can retool, re-weapon, make some powerful acquaintances, sell, buy, and as long as you're careful, you can make a deal and go into a demi-plane, a place within hell that is anywhere you want it to be. It's something truly special.
Sounds like the Vegas of fucking...
You should agree to this. Sounds
And you should see the menu in this place's restaurant.
O negative, O positive, AB, anything you want, Victor. It's there.
His name in blood type?
Into that. I don't know. You use your inspiration. Please add it back. He's not kidding. Anything you desire on the menu is there for the right price.
I don't get inspiration for the meow. Are you fucking kidding me? Cat got your tongue?
That was really
With
good.
fucking fangs out? Alright, I want to risk it for the biscuit here, and I'm gonna go in there.
Okay.
I'm using enhanced ability and wisdom, so I have an advantage on wisdom saves. That is all my spells. Here's all I got. Fuck.
Before he goes, he says, "Do we have an accord?" and holds out his hand.
I said as if we would pay you money. How much are you looking for? You are a mercenary after all.
To be a guide, I have my own path, but I will guide you at least as far as the Wandering Emporium, and that is free. And when we're there, as long as I have the funds, first tap is on me.
Yes, agree. Definitely agree.
I start speaking to him in Elvish. Can he understand me?
No.
And I guess I'm going to say to him in Infernal, so that the rest of the group doesn't understand it, but I guess Paul can. And I want to say is that I will do this deal as long as you stop trying to woo my other tiefling. This is our family. And for now, you've not gained the trust to be in this.
I respect that.
Alright, I'll shake his hand.
Cool.
There are we.
Okay.
I was worried about you.
Okay,
He's playing on your devil side, and that's not what I want. I know that you're a good boy.
and as this is going on, there's more whispers in Infernal from this crazy big demon devil lady in the center, and she says, "I see the rise of a fallen order." And once again, Buddy just starts scrolling things along. And then she says, "Will separation truly bring balance?"
There's that balance coming up again.
Balance these rules. So I may have to use your inspiration if I get fucked here, because this is like our only shot.
Mm-hmm.
So, here we go. Are you fucking kidding me?
What's your wisdom save?
Wisdom save is only +5 on that, so that's only going to be 14. Can I use that inspiration?
Can I give my inspiration to him?
You can, yes.
Yeah, sure.
Fuck.
Come on. Roll
I don't even want to roll it. I don't even want to roll it. Roll this one?
Yeah.
Just believe in the heart of the cards, man.
Fuck. I'm also feared.
You are also feared.
I've got a proposition for you fellas. I'd like to figure out how far I can throw little Mr. Flax here.
He's just going to walk out in fear, though.
Well, exactly. But if I can get him close, he might be able to grab the weapon or whatever he needs
On his way back?
on his way back.
Yeah. Because technically you don't, with this fear, you don't have to run away. You just can't willingly get closer. So
But
I was wondering if someone's going to think of that.
My question is, though, at this point right here, he's getting closer. If I throw him right against this, the wall to, the left of her, if he's heading back, because this is kind of like a square where
he
she
can't
is,
walk back.
he can't really walk back.
Yeah, but you could tie a rope around me and pull me back.
Or we could throw a rope to there and then pull you back. Or we could have somebody
No,
go
no,
in.
let's do that. Tie a rope around my waist and throw me in there. Throw me to the other end of the wall.
I love it.
Why
I
don't
love this so
Why don't
much.
you try and walk in first?
Who, me?
Yeah, just see if it works.
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Give her Green River.
Oh, man. You know,
A car you want to walk into and just
I
give it a
woke
try?
up. I woke up this morning. I felt dangerous, baby.
But you know, I've never one to walk away from danger.
So the meat's going in.
Okay.
Here we go.
Make a wisdom save.
That's an 18.
That's exactly what you need.
And that's a 19.
Oh,
No way!
Airborne sounds.
We chest bump. It's really fucking loud.
And when you chest bump, the lady just stops speaking for a moment
And we stop.
and then starts whispering again. So what are you guys gonna grab here?
I want to say D'Artagnan is so fucking stoked. He's bolting right for the jewels.
Okay.
And as I'm running by him, I go, "You go for the box." I'm gonna go for the back first,
Okay, sounds good.
but I'm gonna try to move fast, but not so fast that I might be clumsy.
Okay. So you get back there,
Yeah.
and in the back you find 3 potions of healing. There's also a whole bunch of gems that work out to being worth 40 gold. And then there's a total of 50 gold and 1,046 silver pieces. And then if you want to add them up, there's a shit ton of copper pieces too.
I wanted to say, like, as I'm scooping up this stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm so fucking wise. They should call me D'Artagnan the Wise.
As you're just shoving coins everywhere they'll fit.
Yeah, I get.
You should just taken the hat.
Yeah.
Come walk over, grab the hat.
Yeah.
Actually,
Just start throwing everything in the hat.
Yeah. So I got the silver pieces. How many copper pieces did you
There's
say?
3,249 copper pieces.
Yeah, you should take those.
For
Is he
sure.
counting them as he's going through like?
And
That's
then-
3,937.
Yeah.
Akara, how are you going into this room now that we've gotten in?
Very quickly. I'm just running right in, grab that box.
You went right for the
Yeah,
box
I'm
instead
there.
of the jewels?
Well, I mean, we're here to get the box, and it doesn't look like our Athos is going to be grabbing this. So I stick to my commitments.
Cool. You see him nod and doesn't say anything, but just nods at you.
Then I'm gonna run and hit up this corner here where all the jewels and stuff are.
Okay.
Run the jewels fast. Run the jewels fast.
Run the. Oh, damn. Yeah, you guys just hit the mother load. So there's a bunch of crazy stones here. 1 carnelian, a moonstone, and 1 zircon. That works out to being 150 gold pieces worth of jewels. And there's also 2 soul coins there too. And as you both pick up all this loot and such, shove it all in the bag of holding, you are kind of brought up short by just like this silent pause and intake of breath as Volpakila stops talking, and you just hear the pen finish scratching what the guy was writing, and he's just kind of shifty-eyed, just like looking at everybody and waiting to do his writing. And then she just says, "Red skin, white wings. Red skin, white wings." And you can see your entire body begin to flex as the room starts to heat up
And shake.
and starts to shake, and she just repeats more and more aggressively, "Red
Go,
skin,
go!
Run.
white
I think
wings."
it's time to skedaddle. And I dash for the door.
I don't want to have to spend any time in this room any longer than necessary.
Does minor illusion help at all?
Ask him.
I don't think minor illusion protects from death, so.
Okay. And so the place isn't coming down or anything, but it's like to the immensity, and as she's repeating this over and over again, it sounds like more and more voices are being added to hers as it gains in intensity.
Oh shit.
And
The
just
faces.
the faces start echoing her shouts of "Red skin, white wings," and she's just like howling this before, I don't know if anyone's still in the nearby, but then she just reefs her arms out and just smacks the guy that's recording everything to the ground.
And as we run out, I imagine we run by Victor. I'm like, any chance you think she's dyslexic and talking about you?
And I assume everybody's just booking it.
And so as we're running down these shouting hallways at us, you said lots of these faces kind of had different emotions and stuff like that. Are they shouting this in that sort of emotion?
There's like greed, joy, agony, lust, all these
So-
like very powerful expressions.
I have a question. If I were at the back here, would I be able to cast a spell before getting out of range?
Yeah, what are you gonna cast?
I want to cast Phantasmal Force on this lady.
Okay.
What?
Well, she's like
It's
come to
still in a
life.
trance.
Is she still in
She's
a trance?
yeah.
Still in a trance.
Okay. Never mind.
What
Until she's like, I see you. Don't cast anything.
what would you have done?
Phantasmal Force. I was gonna like create an illusion to like make the wall not be there's no entrance, so she couldn't chase us. But I thought she was out of the trance.
Okay.
So
She's still tranced.
okay,
Yeah.
if she's still tranced, I'm not gonna cast the spell.
And as the place is shaking and just like the sound is all around you, just hear everything pauses for a second, and then you just hear in a much calmer voice, but like just reverberating through the entire sanctum, concordance reigns, and then just silence is in the distance. You hear a little more feebly a pen scratching once again.
So now that, like, I imagine we're still running, but are the voices still shouting at us, or did they mellowed
It's
out?
just silence now.
All right. Well, I don't know about you guys, but do we got anything else we want to get in here?
I don't know if I'm just afraid or really turned on.
It's like a scared direction.
Scared direction.
Amen.
Do we want to run out of this place then?
I feel like that's a good plan.
On our way out, can you do perception checks?
Sure.
Daddy.
Thank you, smart person.
25.
Yeah, you're back out in the labyrinth once again. Winds echoing in the ravine. After that outburst from inside, though, it seems oddly silent out here. But yeah, you guys have made it out of the sanctum.
No wind.
Currently died down.
If that shouting was as loud as it felt in there out here, if it's quiet out here, maybe someone heard it.
Any sane being, I think, would run the other way. But we are in hell.
Which leads me to our next question there, Athos.
Take me to Vegas.
Take us to Vegas, that Wandering Emporium.
So what we got here in this box?
Yeah, let's
So
open it up.
valuable anyways.
I wasn't told too much about the contents. I don't even know if the one who hired me knows. But this is the box of a powerful devil. They've stored something precious in here. Given the musings of that Vulpecula back there, I wouldn't be surprised if it's information from the astral plane, or her own memories stored.
Maybe it's her heart. Thump, thump, thump.
Can I do detect magic on it?
Yes, you can. Let me just pull up this item. Hard to say what exact kind of magic is coming off of it, but you do get that same divination vibe of potentially what's hidden inside it. There is like a lasting sense of evocation just from like that powerful lock and devilish goodness that's around it.
I want to look at the boy and see if he's like all right. Like he has just been sitting in the back and like not doing much. He missed his shot. Like is he mentally okay? I want to do an insight check.
Yeah.
For 18.
You feel he's pretty shooken up. He's almost watching him. It's almost like this. He's at like a weird conflux where he's like remembering things and he's becoming more confident in who he is. But at the same time, like as he's remembering more, there's more questions that he's asking himself. And he's seen a lot of really fucked up shit for someone so young.
Okay.
Damn.
And a few times throughout the journey, you've heard him whisper things along the lines like, "How could my dad survive alone down here?" And stuff like that. Also, Akara, do you hand Athos the box?
I mean, I grabbed it for his benefit, so I might as well hand it over.
Well, thank you,
Should be a
sir.
converter like online.
A fair
That's what I'm
deal
looking for.
is a fair deal. And I must say, gents, I am in your debt. I came here far too confident, and if I went in there by myself, I would have torn limb from limb. So thank you kindly.
That's why we're here. To kill and murder. It was written in the great book of Mr. Mobo the Hobo himself.
You speaking of that murder hobo mumbo jumbo?
I love that murder hobo for the humbo jumbo. It's like the best book I've ever read in my entire life. It speaks to the soul. I mean, yeah, I've heard of it.
So, Victor, before that horn-headed temptress started yelling all that crazy talk, we made another deal.
We did.
How's about we make our way to the Wandering Emporium?
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, this is where we want to
I
go.
believe that sounds to taste.
And then I want to... Actually, I don't want to pull out the map, but I want to say if it's close or on the way to the blood swamp.
Because I still have this big-ass crown kind of strapped in my back, and honestly, these chains are starting to, like, dig into my skin a little bit.
I'm gonna
Change
cast,
the real stance.
I'm gonna cast mending on the hole that it was in your poncho, by the way.
Yeah. Right on.
Cool.
And any dents that are in Akaria's shield, because it sounds like he took a lot of dents to that shield.
Yeah, Akari, you were literally just like a wall.
Yeah.
You got beat down a couple times, but literally just a wall.
Here for. It's what I'm here for.
3-shot. Like, those guys are doing like 7 hits on Akaria round.
Funny thing about the Emporium,
It moves around.
it moves around.
Hence the wandering.
Hence the wandering, but
I thought
quite
that-
often it's where you want it to be.
I mean, I thought that was kind of implied.
Yeah.
I look at the group and I say, I want it to be behind me! Ah! I open my hands in the air and then I jump and turn around and look.
It's not behind.
Oh! Fuck!
I gotta admit, D'Artagnan, too, is like, God damn it, I thought that was gonna fucking work. I believed in that one. Maybe if we all tried it.
I'm gonna ask him if he has a map.
A map of the Hells, I keep one internal. One thing, I don't know how long you guys been down here for, but you can't trust the maps too much. Something about the Hells, there's a planar drift that affects them. You can go back and forth to the same location 12 times and it'll never take the same amount of time.
Well, let's follow this guy to the Magic Emporium. To the Emporium we go! Ha!
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so once again, confident strut, cigarillo puffin, his black boots with the little mini spinning axe blades clinking as he walks. Athos takes the lead and starts walking quite confidently through the labyrinth like he knows where he's going. He likely doesn't, but he's very confident.
Ben, I have a feeling that you just kept the rope ladder thing that we had just kind of rolled up in your inventory. So if you got that out,
said the what that we had?
we made a rope ladder with
Oh yes, that.
with wood and stuff.
Climb the rope ladder and head to the top of it?
Mm-hmm. Victor, if you want to give me a survival check while you guys climb up to the top with advantage since you're up above.
+3 is 17.
Yeah, you get an idea that if you keep following the track that you're on, it'll wind back towards where you entered from in the first place, where you guys had that camp in the first run-in with the destroyer.
Nice.
And from there, it should be a straight shot, kind of like southwest, I guess it would be, back towards the bog and across the plains.
Yeah, so my character thinks that that would be across the bog. Like we might be able to stop there.
Cool. Yeah, so you
Okay.
guys start making that direction. It takes probably a couple hours to traverse the top of the labyrinth.
He thinks also that we could probably stop near the bog to go to where we're going with the Wandering Emporium.
Yeah. He seems to be of the mind that it's going to show up on the way.
I know Athos says it's unlikely that this lady's gonna wake up and find all her stuff's missing and that we trashed her place, but like, I want to have a good head start when she does, because she will, and she ain't gonna be happy.
Well, if we're going to do that, we'll just keep going because the short rest doesn't help me at all, unless other people need it.
I don't have any.
Short rest helps for me.
It ups for me too, but I just don't get any rages back, and I'm out of rages, so that's kind of my
I'll get
only
some hit points
downfall.
though. Get my wild shapes back.
Now I'm back in business.
While this rest is going on, Athos just like kicks back and passes around a bottle of whiskey.
Cool, I'll drink some whiskey.
I will also, and I'm going to sit by my book. I'll also try that necromantic book one more time. With
Cool.
Dispel magic.
Okay, you do so, and once again you feel your own life force being sucked from you into the book, and you take 3 necrotic damage.
Do I get any more out of it?
Not yet, but you feel almost like this book is like you're charging it with your own energy. Otherwise, short rest passes uneventfully, and soon enough you guys find yourself at the edge of the labyrinth. Walk past the desiccated, pulled apart harpy corpses, and you're back into the wastes.
We're going to head to the bog then.
Start making your way there.
I have one quick question. So my tool proficiencies, it says I have a flute, but I was wondering if I could maybe make it a harmonica.
Fuck yeah, you can.
Cool. Because I was like, before when I had to bust out the flute, I'm like, it just felt kind of dorky. And so I asked Mr. Athos, hey there, partner, so, I've been rearing for a nap for a little while, like a good, solid
12-hour nap. You know, the next time we're actually going to get to a place to get a long rest, or...
I think sooner than you think, my friend.
Thank God.
The owner of the Emporium has ears and a nose for money.
Oh.
I think there's a good chance they'll find us.
In that case, I start jingling my coins in my pocket or in my hat.
Again, I'm just like, fuck, man. You know, you're putting in some real work here, Flax. I appreciate it. Nobody else here is trying to make this fucking wandering place.
It's like the
wander.
circus. When it comes to town, it's exciting, you know? I'm just looking forward to the Emporium.
I get you're excited, but I think we need to have a conversation there, Mr. Flax. See, there's going to be a lot of flesh to burn and stab in this Emporium, but you can't fucking do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to go and do that? Why did you just pop my bubble, burst it just in front of my own eyes?
Because it's kind of funny, and I kind of also don't want to have to fight somebody that's like. There's some serious shit here from what it like. Apparently, there's like an ears and a nose and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what.
I can
Athos
maybe make a
told
whole
me.
face with all my parts.
Yeah. Well, you could give him some eyes, maybe if he doesn't have them. It'll be perfect.
So the day goes on apace. No sign of pretty much everything as you traverse these wastes. Very hot, but I feel like it's almost a welcome change from the high, frenetic pace of the recent fights.
Mm-hmm.
As evening begins to come and that dim light shows up, are you going to go for a proper long rest?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Do we want to assign watch duty? I can watch first. I'm not very perceptive, but I can do it.
Okay. While you're awake there, Flex, just roll me a d6, please.
It's a 6.
As Victor, I'm guessing there's a good chance you're not actually sleeping, but partway through your watch, you just hear the revving of engines in the distance, fast approaching.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
They sound large.
I poke whoever's the closest to me. Hey, get up! Do you hear that? They're coming for us! Vroom! Vroom! They're coming! Wake up!
How many hours has it been?
What's going on?
How many hours has it been that he's been on watch?
Like an hour, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Just an hour. So,
Shit, what the fuck?
so
Flax.
can I take those a short rest then?
Sure. And yeah, in this distance you can hear multiple... It sounded almost like a mix of the Soul Train, just in like size,
Mm-hmm.
and the motorcycle-style Hellfire engines from previously, something in between.
Yeah.
Through the darkness, you hear this sound of these revving heavy engines getting closer, and you can see, Victor, you can definitely see with your superior dark vision, there are these blurbs of lightness from like the engines as they come almost like unerringly up to you,
They're heading like in our direction.
like directly.
We are gonna, get moving.
We move now, or we start burying all of our shit and ourselves in the sand. Would that even be a possibility? Are we in a sand dune, basically?
I figured you guys would be like just tucked in on the side of one. As you guys start, like I assume, like quite frantically getting up and stuffing all your baggage back into your bags, you just hear Hardy like chuckle come from Athos, and he just does like a little slow clap. It says, "Cracks me up every time. That, my friends, is the Emporium."
Huh.
Out of the dark, these 3 huge Hellfire engines roll up and kind of in this large horseshoe shape pull up around you. And in this like frenetic pace of energy, a whole bunch of assorted creatures hop out of the engines and start setting up a whole bunch of tents and tarps, all garishly bright colors. And at one point, there's almost like a little mini circus going on to the side with people flipping like fire around and juggling stuff and someone playing music.
You were cruel, Cam. One cruel motherfucker. You have my heart going? I thought we were dead for sure. Goddamn. Cool. Yeah, I want to go check out the circus people.
Yeah, how stoked are you to see the circus?
Yeah. No, this is a big deal. I'm like 10 out of 10 stoked.
Make sure you stay close to your money and meet back here in a few hours.
Remember, first tab in Infernal Rapture's on me, but only if I can afford it. Secondly,
Only pay for things you can
only
afford.
pay for things you can afford. Sage words. I'm looking at you, little one. Yeah, so you head over to the folks that are flipping and doing like a little circus act.
Yeah.
As you get up to them, they're all about your size. They're all size small,
Uh-huh.
except they're like these loony little like fey creatures with like red caps on their head. Like their eyes don't even look in the same direction. They're just super zany and out there and just cackle madly as they just do flips and throw stuff through the air.
Can I, like, look at one of them and just, like, start cackling back at him and then start, like, flipping with him and, like, throwing stuff in the air and start, you know, kind of, like, feeding off him?
It like stops what it's doing.
Uh-huh.
It looks like its face looks directly at you, but its eyeballs are looking in different directions past you. Then it just like almost like a dog ready to play goes like ha ha and like tosses the stuff it was throwing up to you
Cool.
and starts flipping around with you.
That's fun. I like that.
Can you roll for performance?
Yes. Ooh, that is a 11 for performance.
You're not doing your best act you've ever put on by a long shot, or maybe it's just like how frenetic and aggressive this thing is throwing things back and forth with you.
Uh-huh.
But you're doing okay.
I'm keeping up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably a little bit intimidated. I haven't seen an actual performer in real life in a long time. Since Mom and Pop brought me to the circus when I was really young. Oh, those were the days when I was loved.
A humanoid figure also wanders over to the group too and says, "Hello, hello, welcome to my Wandering Emporium. What needs do you have?"
I think, a foot rub would be good, but I don't want,
A foot rub. What would you like to be rubbing your feet?
well, this
Where would you like your feet to be rubbed? Do you like the pits of hell? Do you want to be frozen? Maybe underwater?
Wow, I didn't know that there came...
Abyssal chicken orgy.
Wait, what?
More teeth? Less
Huh?
teeth.
Satanic Clan Orgy?
Remember how I slapped him in the face once? I want to kind of slap him in the face again and just kind of give him that nice little... Just, the touch to the face
Like-
and welcome to hell.
Yeah. Emporium! And then after he slaps me, that's kind of my reaction. It's just, Emporium!
Yes, I think Infernal Rapture. Come to my restaurant and parlor and spa.
I'm just going to say, don't spend all your money, dog. I'll see you later.
I'm like, kid in the candy shop. I'm like, you're fucking... Oh, I'm so ready for this. These feet are getting nasty. I'm in.
Come. And your name?
D'Artagnan, sir. Like, wait a second. What'd you say this place was called again?
Well, this entire establishment.
No. I understand that this is the Wandering Emporium, but where are you trying to
He's
take
just so
me?
insulted by that question. He's like, "Wow, you're an
Well, I'm
idiot."
taking you to the finest establishment. Infernal Rapture.
Okay, but I got another question. I'm kind of a cheap ass. Is it going to be expensive?
Well, that depends on you.
Oh.
Good luck.
But there's a contract. We'll sign that first, and then we'll go inside.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm good for now, man. I'll tell you what, I'll keep it in my...
Succubus?
No,
10 succubus and you in
it's
a pleasure palace.
it sounds fantastic.
We can have an illithid rub your feet with its face tentacles.
Oh, man, stop. I can only get so erect.
Have you seen the ox we have back here? You can compare.
An ox? They actually have an oxen?
And if you turn and look, it's got like 2 heads and 3 legs, and one of them's like a tentacle.
Okay,
Oh, jeez. So there's some weird
There's some
animals
weird
in
shit,
hell.
yeah.
Okay.
I really don't want to go. Is this one of them pocket dimensions, man? You'd have to tell me if it was one of them pocket dimensions, right?
Oh.
It's like being a cop or something.
It's whatever you want.
That sounds like a fucking pocket. I just don't sign contracts, so yeah.
Well, no infernal rapture for you. You
Yeah.
look like you exquisite
Oh, you-
taste.
Yeah,
What
Victor,
brings
you
you to
love
the
it.
Emporium? We have the barber shop. We have that zany mage over there. I probably wouldn't go talk to him. Unless you have demonic anchor. Then maybe, but probably not. And there's more. That's just the cusp of what we have here.
You should definitely go to his Emporium.
Any loved ones? You could see them again. In infernal rapture. Perhaps some delicious food.
I'd like to say that I'm like D'Artagnan sitting on your shoulder going, yeah, go to the Emporium. See your girlfriend.
This is not what I want. I know that it would be fake. There's no difference in this. And I just cast the dancing lights that I usually do. And then just like wipe it away as if it's not real. It is only fake. And it is only something that gets me through the day to remember what I'm here for.
He chuckles, and this is just this humanoid kind of old, like Arab man, and laughs and says, "Oh, but it is so much more real than that," and casts major image of some lights also, and they just kind of rub up against your face and almost like massage you. You can actually feel everything too. Just but a taste.
If you're not gonna woo him, you're definitely not gonna woo me.
I don't know what you're talking about, woo. Perhaps if not, the dining room, then the spa. All kinds of blood. If that tickles your fancy. Or we could tickle your fancy.
I think I know someone who likes blood. Maybe you should go talk to that little green fellow over there. That's funny.
Well, if the Infernal Rapture is not for you, there is the barber shop. You could go there. Or that indentured devil over there will send mail to anywhere you like. That may be of interest. Or there's the larva farm. Not many mortals like the larva farm, but you can check it out if you like.
I want to start walking over to the guy that sends mail to anyone you like.
Okay. It's a really gross-looking devil. This corpulent, almost like if Jabba the Hutt had legs and wore a robe, with like little tiny wings that hang off the back too.
Gross.
Yeah, and it's got this kind of like mustard-colored robe on.
I heard that you send things to anyone. Is this true?
For the right price. What you want sent? Where to?
I do not know where they are, but I know who they are. And I have a feeling you may also know who they are.
And who is this you're thinking of?
Her name is Eva, and she is a vampire.
Eva the vampire.
At least was on the material plane.
You think she might be in hell?
This is what I think, yes.
That's quite curious. Give me a second here.
And then I want to pull out the letter that I would have had from what she had sent me in the pocket dimension,
Mm-hmm.
and then see if he's ever seen this writing before.
Okay, cool.
I have an idea, but I cannot guarantee that this message will be received. There's interference of some kind on the other end. But I'll try. For the price of one soul coin.
Or I can get one of those.
Well, I imagine we're like, I kind of follow. Are you gonna ask
Yeah,
me?
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, back. Well, you're gonna use it to send a letter to what's it? Oh yeah, absolutely. Here, take this one. I'm gonna pass him the sloth one.
Cool.
We have more of them too now.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, give him the sloth one.
Cool. Looks it over and says,
I will do.
and the coin is like winks out of existence, and so does the letter. And it says, he starts to turn around to and go back to like his desk. He's like,
No guarantee. But maybe.
So I can sit down and make this letter?
absolutely, that sounds awesome. Akara, Mahadi, as the humanoid fellow, introduces himself to you and says, "You, strong, bronze, scaly, gold. What is it you seek?"
I thought that I'd feel more comfortable in a civilized location, but now that I'm here, it's all like some kind of grim parody of the life that I once knew. With all big cities and the hustle and the bustle, and now it's just everything is setting me off. So I'm just gonna look this spooky devil up and down and say, I suppose I'll know it when I see it.
And
But
that
I
is
don't suppose
quite-
you'd be able to direct me to an armory, would you?
As you say that and you look up over his shoulder, you make eye contact with this cheerful middle-aged woman, and she's just sitting beside a barber chair, just until the moment you made eye contact, was just chatting with some random passerby before they walked off, like mid-conversation, and it looks like they had no idea of the conversation they were just having. And she looks at you and smiles and then looks away. And then Mahadi says, "Ooh, arms and armor. Well, perhaps some sparring matches in a pool of gold? In Infernal Rapture?"
I'm sorry, did you say a pool of gold?
"Yeah, I did.
To my curiosity.
With diamond rain and a pool of gold?"
I suppose in that case, do tell me more.
"Well, just sign this quick and easy contract. All it guarantees is that you will pay the tab that you spend and come on in to Infernal Rapture, where all that you desire is yours."
Take a minute to read over this contract. See what kind of sense I get out of it. Insight check?
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah.
18 for insight. What am I getting out of this contract?
Out of this contract, there's stipulations that if you cannot physically pay your tab, you will stay and remain to pay out your tab as like an indentured servant. But as long as you pay your tab, everything you want is yours.
Forms of accepted payment?
Gold and soul coins.
Alright, well, I've got gold.
And how much does your
And
tab
does it
cost?
list... Does it give me a sense of prices here?
Yes, one moment. So I feel like that would kind of count as like a spa service, hey? And so that would be 50 gold.
You've intrigued me, but tell me more of this armory. Say perhaps I've had enough time fighting out here in these wastes and wish to avail myself of the finer things in this life. Those wrought of metal and artifice. Can you
Well-
tell me more of them instead?
Indeed I can. I've procured myself 3 of the finest smiths of Avernus. They came from the forges of Bel himself. 3 salamanders, in fact. They're the ones that maintain and arm this whole caravan. If you like, you can go investigate them. They're at the Fire Snake Forge.
Yes, I think I will.
But
And I'll
just
hold on to this. And
don't
he-
spend too much. Infernal Rapture awaits.
I'll hold on to this, and I brandish the contract as I go off to investigate this. The sense of having physical paper in my hand giving me that sense of security.
Okay,
Once more that I am clever enough to get my way out of this.
nice. As you start making your way towards the armory, Mahadi turns to Flax and actually steps in and starts juggling with you and says, "Hello, little one. What is it you desire?"
Well, you see, I like to burn,
Yes,
and I like to cut,
yes.
but maybe I could do both at the same time.
How about we have an alchemical fire giant limb that goes on for eternity, and you can light it from the inside while hacking it apart.
That does tickle my fancy, but... Oh, I think I want to do these things in real life.
This is real. This is no silly mirage or conjured image. It's all real.
Well, I think I'm gonna continue down the path of my friends and decline your offer, although it is intriguing.
What if I were to bring you to the stage of a demonic carnival? All aflame with guts and glory and meat lollies and popsicles of eyeballs, left, right, and center stage.
Well, that That is really piquing my fancy. We say there'll be juggling,
Yes.
flames,
Yes.
death,
Lots of death.
and for only 1 soul coin?
Yes. Oh, perhaps 2 for that.
Well, I only have 1,
Or you could spend the 1 and pay off the rest as a debt.
but I do have some gold.
How much gold?
How much is 1 soul coin worth?
I like the idea of this. 50 gold.
50 gold and 1 soul coin for an experience with flames and circus? Sounds like a fair trade for me.
And blood.
And blood.
Lots of blood. And eyeballs. Eyeballs falling like rain and bouncing across the stage. Like bouncy balls. But they're eyeballs of demons, devils, humans, tieflings, dwarves, elves, goblins.
Oh, take my money already. And then I hand it to him.
He wraps his arm around you and says, right this way, my friend.
Perfect.
Alrighty, Akara, seeing as other guys are currently writing a note, we'll go back to you. So as you start wandering your way over to the Fire Snake Forge, you walk past the barbershop once again, and the woman standing beside the chair gestures over to you and waves, still smiling, very like a kindly face.
Weird flex on her part, since, I ain't got no hair. And I'm going to gesture at that. I'm going to, like, pull up the helmet a little bit and be like, I guess you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going to look a little confused, but just kind of keep on walking. Keep looking around, because I'm convinced someone here is going to pick my pockets or something.
She calls out to you and just says, long way from home?
Now Akara's getting a little bit nervous about being drawn into some confusing conversation about which he will be bewitched by the devils. And so he just nods and says, aren't we all? And then, kind of starts accelerating his pace a little bit, doing that, like, very stiff-backed walk, a little bit crab walk in a way so that he can keep watching her while also moving forward.
She has a slightly hurt look on her face, and you just get this, like, really, really wholesome, good sense from her, which dissipates the further away you go.
Well, all right, I ain't got time for that.
Okay, so you head up to the forge, and there's 3 salamanders, a whole bunch of magmen, if you're familiar with those, some suits of animated armor, and a couple Durgar working the forge.
And once D'Artagnan heard where Akara was going, he kind of started to, like, chase after him a little bit. Has he gone too terribly far, or could I still kind of see him?
You can definitely catch up to him.
Oh, I'm like, yeah. Like, New Weapons Day! Woo! As I'm running and screaming.
Okay. So you guys approach the forge. One of the salamanders turns and says, need arms? Armor?
No, I got 2 of them right here.
This isn't the place for jokes, friend.
Is it the place for weapons?
You got money?
For weapons.
Well, we only have arms for sale. Fuck off.
Well, I've got money for weapons.
You, scaly one, you got money?
I might, should the articles available match my needs. Tell me more.
What you
If
want?
you'd be so kind.
Armor? Weapons?
A shield, perhaps? Though, any weapons that you have available may interest me. I find a sword does well enough for me as it is, but never be blind to the opportunity, I say.
Lee looks over your gear and says, well worn? Not too damaged? You're either new here, or you've taken really good care of your gear. I can appreciate that.
I go, yeah, but like, look at how great the condition I got this poncho in, huh?
He spits.
Oh.
Dart, I'm pretty sure if you had 4 more ponchos of the same quality, you would still not have enough fabric to make a full poncho.
Well, I got a shield.
finest hellfire steel. Be 25 gold pieces.
Take a look at that shield then. I got some gold burning a hole in my pocket. As I take a look at it, what can you tell me?
It's
How
of
does it appear?
good quality, quite heavy, but it is just entirely a mundane shield.
I gotta balance my need for, do I need another shield? I mean, I guess I could, Captain America eat one of people.
While you're mulling it over, and the other salamander wanders up and says,
Don't mind my brother. What's it you're after?
Oh man, I'm looking for a great sword.
A great sword.
Oh yeah. I'm looking for something that's got a little bit of spice to it.
That'll be 150 gold for a great sword.
Oh, cool. Damn. Yeah, you know what? I guess I'm gonna say screw it and buy the greatsword. And there goes all of my gold. But now I've got my greatsword again.
this one, once again, it's like this hell-forged dark steel, so the entire blade is almost like black. And the blade itself has almost got this serrated, like flamey wave-like shape to it.
Cool. I'm starting to think that wasn't a great idea because I still have my great axe.
Mm-hmm. A deal is final.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
There's one other thing that I'm looking for while I'm here. I'm looking for a crossbow. I've got one, but I'm looking for something with a little bit more punch. Something that carries a little bit of weight to it.
Like a heavy crossbow.
That'd be it.
150 gold pieces. We got one.
They don't come cheap here, do they?
Nothing comes cheap in hell.
And as you look it over, the arms that go across it, it looks almost like a jawbone, but made out of metal spikes. It's a very vicious-looking crossbow.
I'm tempted. But you know what? I think I want to do a little bit of bartering.
Alrighty.
I'm going to say, now that sounds generous and all, but I've seen a fair few crossbows of quality in my time. And while I don't mean to diminish the value of your work, and I do understand you do have a cornered market here, I think I could likely survive with my existing one. But I would be more than happy to make a deal, say, for both the crossbow and that shield for 125 gold pieces.
200 gold pieces for both.
50 for the two of them, and that's an 18 for persuasion.
150 for the two of them?
Yep.
He puts his hands together and rubs them back and forth for a little bit. Looks back at his compatriots and says,
Fine, but hand it over quick.
and he quickly pockets the gold without his other salamander buddies noticing.
And I guess I'll take that heavy crossbow and the extra shield, sling it over my back. The money comes and the money goes, but a good weapon, now that lasts.
Very well said. So, while this is going on, Flax is having the time of his life in an abyssal infernal circus with tidal waves of blood for a crowd, tentacles reaching out of it and doing the wave all through the bloody water.
Nice.
There's marionettes made out of all kinds of different body parts, jumping up and down and doing like different jigs. And there's devils and demons linked arms in arms, dancing with each other, plucking each other's eyes out.
Flax is very entertained by all of this. This sounds really enjoyable for him. Maybe not for a normal person, but Flax loves this shit.
And I feel like you're front center stage on this like pedestal, just singing and chiming along with your cymbals, and just this hellfire spotlight's on you as a pit fiend comes down in front of you and you pluck out its eyeballs.
Oh yeah, that one's for me.
How big are Pit Fiend's eyeballs in comparison to...
Probably like
He
5
actually
times
plucked out
my
his
size.
Pipfiend's eyeballs.
In the demiplane.
Oh, he paid for that.
How much are you... Like, how long... Like, is it like 25 a second or a minute? Like, how are you... What's the time like in this little pocket dimension?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
You get what you pay for.
How long of an experience do I have in here?
You can do an investigation check on the contract you signed if you like.
Okay, I gotta know when to leave here. That's a 5.
It's so good, I don't know if you care.
Shit, man.
So, can I leave now?
Yeah, you can leave now.
Okay.
You're not like trapped or anything.
Cool. You guys, wow! Did you see all that? All the blood? All the flesh? All the eyeballs? Oh, I think I'm in heaven. Or hell, however you want to put it. That was a pretty life-changing experience for Flax right there.
Athos walks up and says, "It's funny how those lines blur, hey? Heaven and hell."
Cool.
I want to use my feature ear to the ground. This tented up city. Or
Yeah, not quite a city,
walking through
but definitely an establishment.
the town, I guess, that they've created.
Yeah, the infernal war machines form like a horseshoe shape, and then there's a whole bunch of tents with curtains and like all kinds of lamps dangling from chains and
Reminds me of
stuff like
Asia.
that.
Yeah. And just like tons of people, I'm sure, just like bumping and touching each other and whatever. And I'm going to use my ear to the ground. So you are in frequent contact with people in the society of that your chosen quarries move through. So I guess I used to be an assassin. These people might be associated with criminal underworld, folk in the streets, or members of high society.
Cool.
So
So
am
you're
I
trying to
able to use
find-
that to try and just find out some more information about... I'm trying to find probably a grimy, like, assassin bounty hunter somewhere in, like, the streets, or probably a shady fellow that might be able to give me information just knowing who I am and some of the stuff I've done. Maybe even a fellow vampire, I don't know.
You don't find a
That's another reason I've got lots of
vampire
I had
this
no idea.
time, but at the back, you remember the Mahadi person did mention this like larva farm, and back there tending to like these grubs on the ground is this like lean but powerfully built hobgoblin.
Okay. I'm going to approach him. Does he speak Infernal?
Yeah, he speaks infernal.
Nice. And ask him if he has any more information or has any information on this place and where to not go or to wander.
Information on this place, eh? Be careful with Mahadi.
With who?
Mahadi, the one who runs the
Right.
restaurant / spa.
Okay.
He took me in a long time ago after I was the top warlord in Gehenna. And I was to come here and murder and pillage. And look at me, I'm stuck here, tending to a larva. I'll give you a whole bunch of soul coins if you kill him for me.
I'm sorry, friend, but the assassin work I used to do is not what I do now.
Yeah, I thought you looked the type. That's a shame. If you change your mind, I'll be here.
Interesting.
Can I go talk to the salamanders?
Mm-hmm.
So first things first, I wanna present to them the long serrated teeth, potentially to make a ritualistic blade with.
Two of them just look at it like, then one of them goes, "Ooh, that is really cool. Can I take that on as a project?"
Yeah, I hand it over to him and ask him, "You think they're cool? What do you like about them? They just look like teeth to me."
Teeth you can stab into somebody.
Well,
That's potential.
I like the sounds of that. I want to stab lots of eyeballs with these things.
Shish kebab them.
Sever them open. Pierce them.
I like where your head's at, little one. Tell you what, give me some time, and I'll make you a fantastic ritual knife. And I'll sell it to you for a discount.
Okay, I give him the blade, ritual blades. Does he say how long he needs to work at them?
I'm unsure. I haven't worked with bone very often. More fell steel's my taste, but this looks fun.
As in, maybe next time we see you, kind of thing.
Possibly next or the following. We'll see how this goes.
Just trying to gauge my money usage here. Is there anything that I could purchase from them?
Yeah, you mentioned wanting a rapier before, correct?
Yeah, if I could buy a rapier.
75 is the usual going price, but I like this project. Give me 50 gold, and I'll give you a nice rapier.
Oh, and what about some studded leather armor? Do you have any of that there?
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
How much if you throw them both together?
140. Lowest will go.
Can I try to persuade him 107 and I'll throw in some demon ichor? Persuasion?
He says, you know what? Yeah, I'll take that offer.
And as he does so, he like looks up and looks towards. There's a human mage in the distance, and they're covered in this black goop, and he's got no ears and tentacles for arms that are just wailing.
A human?
Yeah.
He's the mage guy?
Yeah.
I'm feel too bad.
And you just hear him yell as somebody tries to say, "What? I can't hear you! My ears flew away!" Just flailing his tentacles in my face.
Does not sound like a reliable mage.
No.
As I'm talking to this guy, I want to take a few steps away, and then pull out my fangs a little bit, look back at him and say, "But friend, if I were to kill him, would you possibly know of any," and I want to open up my bag and show him like the half-made alchemy kit, like almost that I've made and put together over time. I know that as a brethren of our trade, or my trade, would use very poisonous and deadly poisons to put on top of a weapon, like a bow or an arrow. Do you have any knowledge of this, where I can piece together more of my pieces to create a poison that may even kill your I don't know.
Me personally? No. But I know some people. Get back to me on that one. I'll look into it for you.
Interesting. Okay. Is there any other people that kind of have potions around and stuff like that in the area?
There's the barber, who is also a healer, and is proficient with a healer's kit and herbalism kit, so she'd probably have some stuff.
Yeah, I want to see, I guess, what she has for some rations and stuff like that, and other things to kind of keep our journey going.
Everything she has is like very material plain and like very wholesome.
Very basic, yeah.
And she actually has like a pretty good supply of stuff, which is pretty surprising. But everything is not from hell whatsoever. It's all like from the material plane.
Okay. Where does she get this from? And how?
Well, I get it from the material plane.
Yes, I recognize this stuff. How did you get it from there?
Well, you see, I teleport there, and I pick it up, and then for people with the red alignment, just like the good folks, I really like to help them out down there because there's not much going for them down here.
So, could you teleport more than yourself there?
No, I consider myself very blessed, but I can only teleport myself.
Shoot. And whatever she's carrying. Sounds like some bullshit.
What if she were to carry you?
Yeah, why don't you put me in a potion?
Well, it wouldn't help because as soon as you walk 3 steps from me, you're not going to remember this conversation. I'm sorry. But if you want a quick hairdo, I can do that, or do you need any healing or some herbs or something?
Yeah, I need herbs and potions.
Well, this one's on me. What is your alignment touch?
I'm neutral.
And she does not heal you, but she will give you a healing potion. I hope this.
I feel like I
suits
played
you well
pretty
in your
good,
travels. I think so too. But she only heals good people.
I've done some bad shit, so.
Yeah.
Does she have any others?
Not that she's willing to give away.
No.
And none that you can see either.
And none that I can buy.
Mm-hmm.
So this chick was an angel, or?
No, she was good, but once she touched me, she wasn't a fan anymore.
Did you walk away from her, by the way?
Yeah.
You don't remember her?
Do I still have the health potion in my hand?
Mm-hmm. You don't remember where you got it from, or any of the interaction you just had, but you put a health potion.
If I turn around, is she still there?
Mm-hmm. But you haven't talked to her before.
Holy shit. Can I turn around and go ask her if I can have a health potion?
She smiles and says, "No. Sorry, but no. Would you like a haircut?"
I'm okay.
Damn.
I would tell you guys to go. I'll go and give this
Go
a try.
get a haircut, but
Yeah.
now I'm thinking you're like, shit, I should get a haircut.
I'm gonna walk up to you guys and be like, I got a health potion. I have no idea where I got it from.
Wow.
Well,
This is not like me. I do not know.
no,
why.
man, I'm starting to freak out a little bit about that. Remember, you're not supposed to buy anything you can't afford. Did you buy it or did you steal it? Oh man, they warned us about this.
This was not one of the 2 warnings. I remember these.
And out of pretty much nowhere, Mahadi like pops up like right between you, just like shimmies his way up. He's like, "Did nobody say 2 things not to do here? No fighting and no spellcasting. Everything else is fair game."
I so want to just grab a dagger and stab at this guy's neck right now.
No fighting.
Can we do it? How much health do you have?
No, we're not fucking.
Oh man, I want to fucking kill this guy for the homeboy. I just have
Have
to
it-
fucking assassinate this guy one time.
Have I seen the
Just
hobgoblin
go
yet?
for it. Just do it.
Not yet.
Just
Even
do
though
it.
we haven't had a long rest,
Can I go?
you got no spells, nothing. Fucking Franz Ferdinand, this bitch.
Hands.
This is what the guy looks like.
While he's right beside me, I want to do detect magic on him.
Okay. You detect so much magic on him.
Really?
Oh, actually, what level is detect magic?
It's only
Yeah,
class.
no.
I can't even detect magic on him because he's that magical.
Yeah,
That's some bullshit.
that's
Yeah, no, straight up. Yeah, you can't detect any magic on him.
Huh.
But you definitely get the feeling something's up with his character.
Can I go talk to the hobgoblin?
Yeah, totally.
I just say, "Hey, another goblin down here? What's up? How'd you get down here?"
You see him look at you, and he like has this tall, like imperious, imposing look. Then he looks down at like the larvae he's tending, which, by the way, are those same soul larvae that were in the maggot pits.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of slumps a little bit. Says, "I made a deal a long time ago to fight war eternal, because I was the best. I was the warlord. Warlord Zneth. And now I farm grubs."
Well, I'm assuming there's some like crates or boxes around him. He's probably feeding these soul worms something. I sit on one of the crates and I'm gonna pull out my cymbals, but I'm gonna kind of put them under my feet so I can play them with my feet, and then I'm gonna pull out my lute, and I'm just gonna start singing like a traditional goblin war song, something that's gonna like bring them back to like being on the front lines, you know. "'Tis Zeneth the warlord," and then I just go ching 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 ding a ling a ling a ling, and performance. That's a 20 for performance.
Oh, beautiful. He closes his eyes and like it looks almost like there's a wind ruffling through his hair, except there's no wind. It's just really, really hot and dry. And he opens them after breathing deeply. "Thank you, little cousin. Thank you."
Just give him a nod, and then I walk back to the group.
As you guys reconvene, Athos actually wanders up. Says, "So, what you gents think of the Emporium?"
Do you think this fat and capable bastard will be able to send a letter to anyone? Or have I just wasted my money? Our money.
Fetala there? The Amnesu? If any devil could. Likely one of them. It doesn't look like it, but that's one powerful devil.
I'm also gonna go try and pick up a hand crossbow now that I found out you guys found weapons somewhere. How much does a hand crossbow cost?
The salamander at the forge says, 150 gold pieces.
150 gold pieces?
You're in hell. Nothing's cheap, boy.
Frick, I'm so close to spitting on this man.
He spits beside you.
I spit beside him.
Just awkward eye contact.
Yeah, seriously. I want to look to like the other salamanders like doing work over there. I feel like I'm getting swindled as fuck here, so I'm gonna aim like I'm going 50 gold.
He looks at you and says, "My brother tried to swindle you over there? How about 200 gold pieces?"
You're a disgusting bastard.
He just kind of laughs and goes back to hammering at some sort of longsword. You do notice as you are there, they've got quite the crew. There's like some animated suits of armor, some little like fire elemental things, and a couple Durgar actually too.
Considering using charm person, but we just got told one of the rules is no magic.
Be a really good way to get on that fellow you want to kill's radar.
How'd you guys get weapons cheap? You didn't, did you?
You could
I
try
definitely didn't buy the first weapon they showed me at the first price they offered me. Not at all. No,
But it looks pretty cool, at least, right?
but yeah, look at how cool this is. It's like a black sword. I'm like holding it with both hands, like a foot out in front of me, like yeah, look guys, I got my new great sword, and look how great it is. La da 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 do. Great
Did you buy
sword
stuff,
still.
Yep.
Shit, okay. Yeah, well, I want to pay for some rations at least from that one good lady. And I want to bring you with me. Just to carry stuff. Actually, no, we should just go as a crew.
Yeah.
Because I just heard that asking around, she's the person to go to for rations, because I probably asked this to someone already. I don't remember going to her.
Akara, are you coming along too?
On it, because that's the last thing that was on my list before I was planning to head out.
Cool.
Get out of this hell town.
Yeah, so you guys head up to this, once again, just radiating calm and gently smiling old lady beside her barber chair with her herbal supplies and alchemical supplies.
Do you have
She's-
health potions?
She looks at you and smiles and says, "Does anybody need a haircut?"
Well, I don't. All I got is like 3 silver pieces.
How much does it cost?
Do I need to sign a contract?
No contracts.
I'll
Just one gold.
I'll get a haircut.
Awesome. What are you looking for?
I just probably have some like really long like vampire-esque hair that's braided and stuff. And
Get a perm.
I'm gonna say, this has been a while. I did not know.
Well, I heard the kids these days are really into fades.
This is not what I want. No,
Faux hawk?
no.
Skullet?
Sorry.
Liberty Spacks.
Maybe just we'll do your facial hair and leave the long hair because it is pretty luscious and cute.
I guess I will leave it up to you with a good insight.
Nice. As she takes really good care of you. Like oils your, I don't know if you have any facial hair, but if so, oils the beard, and if not, like massages your cheeks and like just gives you like this nice upper body massage, and you feel like really just calm and at ease, and massages your hair before just shampooing it and washing it out and just leaving it as is because you kind of got the vibe that you didn't really want it to be changed. And then just like pats you on the back.
I want a haircut, but I can't afford one.
It's $1.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But I spent all my money on a great axe and a great sword.
I love that so much.
Like exactly 150. Oh fuck.
And Akara to you, she says, "And you, son of Bahamut, I know you don't have hair, but I can look after you, tend to any ailments, or need those muscles, fix any wounds."
And so that makes me feel a little bit more at ease here. I'm pretty sure one of my siblings, when I left, was talking about joining the priesthood of Bahamut. And so, I'll look over to my companions and say, since they give such a good account of your services, I think it would be my pleasure. Thank you kindly. And I'll allow myself to kind of be led to wherever she's going to do her work.
Yeah. So she rubs you down, takes off some of your armor, and like massages any old wounds and scars, and provides some minor healing for you too. And she asks you, "What brings someone noble such as yourself into the very hells?"
Well, that's always a tricky question, but from what I've seen down here, there's a lot more people claiming noble blood than a lot of us would like to admit. I guess that's part of it. Where I come from, it ain't enough to have it. Gotta prove it. So I joined in on a bit of a mission to help one of my companions find a little bit of redemption, peace, do a little bit of good in the world, maybe prove myself while doing it. And well, Dragonborn in my word. Can't just go leaving a man when he's hell set on quest for true love would be most noble of me. And so now here I am, following him and the rest of our companions as we gallivant across the hells, doing a little bit to keep them morally and physically upright, and hoping that one day we'll find our way back to the world above.
There is many, many truths in what you speak. For
Well,
one
fate
so
may
young.
curse me for a fool, but not a coward.
I believe it. I hope you'll find that treasure is more than just gold, and I think you're almost there.
All that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars.
Break the mold.
Break the mold.
What's the next level of hell?
The next one, I think, is Dis. Yeah,
It's
Dis.
like a bare wasteland.
Does anyone know around here what would we be looking at if we... I'm actually going to go back and ask Athos if he's ever been there.
Cool. Yeah, he's just kicked back, just puffing a cigarillo, and it's like, Dis, hey? Yeah, I've been down there. You gotta be careful in Dis. There's all kinds of prisons for mortal beings down there. You find yourself on the wrong foot, you'll be shackled in a cell for all eternity. But there's a lot of ore and mines and riches down there, too. These soul coins you see banded about up here, that's where they're all forged.
Interesting.
That's where they make the money.
And then the...
It's like the Texas of hell.
Also, Akara, when you look, or when you walk away from Bernie, the barber, she like grasps your hand and just says, "Stay strong." Just for the briefest second, it looks like your pupils are slits, and you do remember her when you walk away. No one else does.
All right.
Remember who?
Exactly. But he looks fresh.
His
for some
eyes are
reason.
slits? What does that mean?
Like reptilian.
Yeah.
Hey, your beard looks real good. Did you like trim it or something?
Didn't have a beard.
What the hell, you finally figure out what a fucking comb was, or what's going on, boy?
Are you saying he likes the way I look today?
I'm just saying you look a lot less stupid than usual.
Just like hair's all groomed, looking all fresh. Mm.
What does Akaria say when we're like talking about this and we have no idea?
Yeah, Akara, it seems like everyone else who was just at the barber has no idea of the last like 5 or 10 minutes or however long it was. You're the only one that remembers her.
Really weird. But, you know, this seems like one of those weird things that I'm not going to press upon them.
Does his eyes look like that now? Forever?
Oh no, it was the barber's eyes that just slightly looked like reptilian slits. Just for like a
She's a
split
Yanti?
second.
He's the auntie.
She could be an undercover dragon.
Maybe she's Ocelus's dad.
That's a strong possibility.
She's all of the above.
Maybe that like store, the guy who owns the Wandering Emporium, maybe that's Ocelus's dad.
As soon as you mention him, almost like Beetlejuice, he just like pops up and he's like, "Are you ready to go into Infernal Rapture? Try out that new
Oh shit!
great sword of yours?
Fucking God.
Do you want a axe?
Oh man, I know how to
Giants.
get rid of them. So I absolutely do. I totally do. I have no gold.
How about your soul?"
Nah, fuck. I thought that would work. No, I'm not giving you that.
This is all he wants is your soul. He does not want your money. He's like every other person here who is stuck here just to be his slave.
Stuck here? Am I now? He hops and like taps his heels and just vanishes.
Yeah, well,
Everyone else is stuck here. Not just him. I'm so glad that he is gone, so.
yeah. Don't say his name though. He's kind of like that Bloody Mary or something. If you mention him, he just peers up. What was his name again? But actually, what's his name again? Miss
Mahadi.
Mahadi.
Does he pop up?
No, he's currently gone. Athos wanders up and you hear the clink of his spurs and he's like, "So, I do believe part of our deal in bringing me here. First tab's on me. Come on in."
Okay. The restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So you guys step in to Infernal Rapture, and this demiplane opens up before you, and it's just a grimy, well-loved tavern with just a simple wooden table in the center and a hearth burning on the far side with these big, cozy wooden chairs, and then just like a buffet-style heaped feast on the table with a plate setting for each party member in Athos.
Sheesh.
Shit, he went all out.
Can I use detect magic to see if it's real?
It is real.
It's real food?
It's very magical.
It's real and it's very magical.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my favorite kind of stuff.
I'm gonna sit down at the table and wait for the gunslingers.
Cool.
I
He
got
just
no
sits
money.
down.
So what magic do I feel
Yeah, no.
when touching the food?
I sit down and get cozy.
This is a fucking ruse, man. This is gonna kill us all.
He Athos
Be
just
careful
sits
with the
in and just starts tucking in. He's like quaffing back this big mug of ale and just picks up like a abyssal chicken haunch. It's like as long as this table is, and just starts like tucking into it.
Yep. I go, well, when in Rome, I do very much the same. I'm grabbing big old chunks of meat. I'm starving. Haven't had me a
Hydration,
hot
boy.
meal.
Yeah, and it tastes delicious. Like by far the most delicious meal you've ever had in hell.
As I'm biting into this, I stop for a second. I'm like, wait, we're not in a pocket dimension, are we? You know, now I'm really skeptical of like reality and if I'm stuck in a pocket
Yeah.
dimension or not, man.
But you're in a really friendly one right now, just full of food and liquor.
Oh, we are in one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cool that I called that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you guys are in a pocket dimension full of food and liquor.
Fuck yeah.
This probably won't be the best time to do it, but I think thematically my character wouldn't. And just like looking at him eating and stuff like that, and knowing that, I don't know, that these spots where he took his first seat and then the rest of ours are all open, I'm gonna chug the resistance to poison
Okay.
potion that I have.
Yeah,
and
you
then
chug the potion.
I'm just gonna go to town.
Cool.
Join in with the
Yeah,
boys.
you dig in, and just very subtly, just
Does it
beside
have on
you,
the thing? Don't have with alcohol, or can I still drink?
you can still drink.
Nice.
Mm. And when you sit down, almost like being conjured and like raised up out of the table, are like these blood vials that sink in beside you too.
That's gross. I don't want to touch that.
If
As
you,
much as I want to, but actually we'll do a con save. How wild am I feeling? I guess I'm indulging.
cool, just maybe like on the sly as on like a shot.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Be like a second or like a little while too, where you'd kind of like turn away first, and then you kind of like look at him again.
And it just like wiggles slightly.
Yeah. Now my character's full teeth out, full claws out, and just like on the table, just like drinking, eating, and just like sucking up blood.
Is there any kind of food that anyone would be looking for in particular?
Peanut butter and cheese sandwiches.
Wine.
Yep, peanut butter and cheese sandwiches are there. There's like literally gallons of wine, red and white, especially red.
Yeah, you can't tell if I'm drinking red wine or blood at this point.
And for some reason, I got this real nice cigar hanging out of my mouth, and it ashes, but it doesn't stop burning. This is the greatest fucking... As smoke
Okay.
is just billowing out of my face. It almost looks
As
like
you
it's coming
ash
out
it
of my
too,
ears,
you still
too.
get like the satisfaction of ashing it, but the ash just disappears. So you don't need to worry about ash on food.
Oh, man.
I think as Flax is eating some food, he's hoping to find some like a roasted rat meat. You know, bring him right back to those days living
On
the tough
fucking
life.
camp, Yeah.
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 And then reaches for a glass of water, but instead gets a full mouthful of Flax's funky farm juice. You know, the good stuff.
As you reach down again, you pick up this like red liquid,
Mm-hmm.
and you see there's like spider eyes floating inside of it,
Oh yeah, I'm crunching on those like those little tappa balls or whatever.
like bubble tea.
Bubble tea, yeah, that shit.
So I picture Ocelus just kind of at his spot on the table, and in front of him, a cake rises up, says, "Happy birthday, love, Dad."
He cries in the corner as everybody's just feasting. He cries.
Cara, what do you do?
Sure, our poor unfortunate Oculus a little bit. Just tell him that, things are going to be they're gonna be all right.
What
You
kind
know,
of
things are a little bit. You'll get them next time, kid. And then the rest of the time, I've been to a feast or two in my time, so I know better than to go all of it first. I'm pacing myself. When you guys are all complaining about stomach cramps and going to the bathroom for the fourth, fifth round, I'm just gonna still be eating nice and slow.
Athos chimes in. He's like, "The best thing about these demiplanes, you just go to the bathroom right here and keep eating." He just starts like munching some more.
See like piss running down his leg?
Yeah, and it just
That
like
is the first
evaporates
thing
into
that
nothing.
anyone has said that has made me stop eating. And I'm just gonna look at him for a minute. Like, is this guy for real?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop eating at this point too. I'm probably pretty full, and I'm just gonna like try and
And then I'm gonna go back to
conserve
eating.
myself and like put myself back together, wipe anything from my face, and just I'm done.
Nice. He leans back, and oh, by the way, from this meal, everybody gains the benefit of the Hero's Feast spell.
what is the hero's feast spell?
Okay, well, it takes an hour to eat, so you guys are immune to poison and being frightened, and make all wisdom saving throws with advantage. And your hit point maximum also increases by
How long does this last for though? Because we're gonna have a fucking long rest soon.
24 hours. And your hit point maximum increases by 12 for 24 hours, and you have advantage on wisdom saves.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking go kill that guy now. Just wake up and kill that guy.
Advantage on wisdom saves. That would have helped us earlier.
Athos, with his legs kicked up, his boots spinning, and says, "So, you boys are off to the coagulating bog next. You been there before?"
What do you mean by you boys? As I recall, wasn't there a deal that was made? As I take another drink of my beverage, but not really looking, but kind of looking at.
We counter offered that deal because I could not provide all the services. I've got my own goals and places to be down here. He pulls out the box and says, "First up, I need to return this to the buyer. But as I said, got you guys this far, first tab's on me, and I have a feeling we will meet again. But with that bog, though, if you've been there before, I respect that. But I've heard dark things from the one who lurks within."
I want to play dumb. Who's this that you've heard of?
The name I've heard is Mother Night. A paragon of hag kind, you could say. Word is, she was one of the original night hags who made the Yugoloths. You ever heard of hag covens before?
Yugoloth. We fought a Yugoloth.
Aye, that bug was a Yugoloth. But this hag, to form a coven, usually you need multiple hags. This one, back in the day, murdered and consumed her coven. Now she has them all inside her.
Vicious.
Yeah.
So these, what'd you call them? The things she got inside her?
Well, she's got all these other hags inside her that she murdered.
Oh, so it's kind of like if Snape, or not Snape, Voldemort had all of his Horcruxes and like made them all into like rocks and ate them or something.
Volda who?
Then one who shall not be named. Let's call him that.
Aye, I know that one. Yeah, same.
So we're gonna head to the bog.
I have one last question before we leave there.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say? I know you've got a box to deal with, but for one more fun trip of adventure, I've always wanted me a, how did you say it? To round up a hog, and then I want to just like get on, pretend I was like getting on a, how do you say, is the Autobahn? And then I was trying to, vroom, vroom, vroom.
With his legs kicked back, Athos just like slow claps. Once again, you get the feeling he's very fond of doing this when he enjoys something. Victor, my boy, I would pay to see that because I believe you would tear it up. You boys ever ridden a Hellfire engine?
No.
It's an experience.
I got spit out by one once.
Now that's quite the tale.
Well, I don't have one of those, but
But you got the horns.
yeah.
That's important.
So, is this possible?
To ride them?
Yes.
Aye.
Can you teach me?
Aye.
Okay.
We can perhaps even now or another time. Rent one off those goddamn salamanders upstairs. Or, let me check my gold. He looks in like his purse for quite some time. Alright, we'll do it. And you see him like just look up and think for a sec, and the entire room drops away.
He's talking to his purse.
He's just like thinking out loud, basically.
Okay, yeah.
And you see these soul coins that are in his hand like just poof and disappear, and the entire room you guys are in just drops away. The table like sinks into the ground, and the ground becomes this like hellish barren waste and just extends forever out from where you guys are, and then kind of infinitely winds up. There's this vast rumbling sound as this big girthy engine of destruction is summoned from beneath the stone, and there's this hellfire engine just right beside you guys.
Does it have a bunch of other like small ones out of it, or just the one big one?
It's the one big one.
Fox is like a kid at the candy store. He's running towards this hellfire engine. He's gonna ride this bitch.
Hey, you not before me. As I chase after.
Hold up. There's room for all kinds of folks on this here monster of destruction.
Where do I get a sit?
Not in the big gun.
Well, this here is what you call a demon grinder. Someone can drive, someone can man the chomper, the wrecking ball, and 2 folks can man the harpoon flingers.
Did you say chomper?
Harpoon flingers?
Chomper for sure.
I'll drive.
You know, as much as I want to get right up on the back of that thing, I'm sticking with Victor. I'm staying close to him.
Okay, so you're near the
We
helm.
played this pretty close together so far, and it's worked out pretty good. Like at least 65% of the time.
And what was the other weapon other than... You said there was 3 of them?
Yeah, so there's the chomper, which I believe
He's got...
Flax is in, and then there's a wrecking ball and 2 harpoon flingers.
Oh, I think I'm gonna go for the wrecking ball.
Came in like a wrecking ball.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so, this is just going to be a tease for when you guys eventually get to drive one. But essentially you get to just cruise around on this infinite demiplane as this thing just rumbles along and heats up beneath you. It's almost like riding like a miniature sun almost. It just radiates this infernal heat and rattles with this it's hellfire, dark metal, and flames and black smoke.
In this envision, can we be running over people?
Yes.
Yes.
There's a trail of broken corpses and bodies behind you, and these strange, like, almost like bats, but they have human heads flying around in the sky that you can take target shots at too.
No, this is not okay.
I just hear like grind. There's like grinding metal in behind my ears. There's clanking of metal and steam, and all I know is I'm just like operating the controls. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Wow! I love this shit. Woo! Chomp, 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 chomp.
Are these bodies actual faces or souls?
Hard to tell. They're almost just like these animated, just humanoid shapes with no real distinctions.
It seems so realistic, guys.
I'm going to spend my time asking Athos where else he can show me on this train. I'm looking for weak points.
The trick with these things is they don't have very much weak points. The best time to strike at one of them is when it's not moving. When it's standing still is when it's weakest. These vehicles can be prone to mishaps if you damage them enough too. The key is you just need to do enough damage to them in the first place.
Okay.
Do I feel any sort of connection to the vehicle as I'm chopping things down, or is it just purely mechanical?
You get the feeling that these things are like constructed and cobbled together from an engine like the Soul Train, which was a kind of like a sentient construct, where these are just constructs.
Okay, I see.
Well, fun fact about those soul coins and any demonic ichor you might have, you can use them in these vehicles. Soul coins power them almost like fuel, you could say, and the ichor gives them a speed boost.
Powering the vehicles on people's souls trapped in the level of hell below us.
Yeah.
I feel
I don't have
the
any more
entire
questions.
time in this demiplane is going to count just as a long rest, even though technically it's not resting. It's resting enough here.
Nice.
Athos looks at his like coin purse and say, "Aye, now that is it. Gotta know when to call him." And with that, everything kind of folds in upon itself, and you're back outside of the main tent of the Emporium again. And your best friend Mahadi's standing there, and he's like, "So, thoughts? What did you think?"
I loved it, Mahadi. That was awesome. You were right, man. Oh, gosh, that was fantastic. I got to bring stuff. I got to eat stuff. There was a fancy cigar, man. That was fantastic. How do I get one of those for myself?
One of the Hellfire engines, as he looks back between like the ones behind him.
No, the thing that made, like, the whole pocket dimension. Like, you just keep it in your pocket or something? Like,
My pockets are very deep, friend. Maybe you had deeper pockets.
no, not right now. But I will soon. And then we'll talk. I'll buy one of them pocket dimensions off for you.
That sounds like a deal in the making.
No contracts, though.
Always a contract.
No contract.
Contract? Did I hear contract?
You seen that contract? You say you weren't going to do it. Oh, you wouldn't do a contract for it. I appreciate that.
D'Artagnan says he'll sign a contract.
I'm not going to sign
Is
no
there a
contract.
soul on the table?
I'm just gonna pull him away.
I'm not signing a contract.
He pops up behind you and says, "Contract."
I have nightmares about that shit.
He just says, "My friends, I must thank you once again. Without your assistance, I would not have made it out of that labyrinth. And I do say so with gratitude. I would like to work together again sometime. And until then, I wish you the best of luck down here in these infernal plains." And he tips his horns and just starts strolling out back into the wastes the other way.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next time on Tales from the Coast.